Have you ever met someone who made you feel special, almost instantly? They texted constantly. They complimented you endlessly. They made you feel like you were the most important person in their world. It felt intense, exciting, almost perfect. But then, something changed. The attention slowed down. The energy shifted. And the person who once gave you everything suddenly felt distant. What you experience might not have been love. It might have been love bombing. And today, we're going to explore the psychology behind it. Why it happens, how it feels so real, and why it can become one of the most confusing relationship experiences. But first, a story. The story. When Jason met Mia, it felt like something out of a movie. Within days, Mia was sending long, heartfelt messages. She told Jason things like, "I've never felt this way about anyone before. You're different. I feel like I've known you forever." At first, Jason was surprised, but also flattered. He had never experienced this level of attention before. They spoke every day. Morning texts, late-night calls, constant affection. Mia made him feel seen, valued, and deeply wanted. Within weeks, she was already talking about the future. Trips they would take, plans they would make, a life they could build. It felt fast, but it also felt right. Was that intensity can sometimes hide something much deeper. Intense emotional declarations, moving the relationship forward very quickly. At first, it feels amazing, because it taps into something deeply human. The desire to feel valued, the desire to feel chosen, the desire to feel special. But the problem is not the affection itself. Sometimes Mia was warm and loving. Other times, she felt distant and withdrawn. Jason found himself confused, trying to understand what had changed, trying to get back to how things were before. And without realizing it, he started chasing the version of Mia he had met in the beginning. Sign for sudden emotional withdrawal. One of the clearest signs of love bombing is the shift. After intense affection, the person may suddenly pull back. This creates confusion, because the relationship that once felt so strong now feels uncertain. And that uncertainty often leads to emotional chasing. Sign 5, you start seeking their approval. As Mia's behavior changed, Jason began adjusting his own. He became more careful with his words, more attentive, more focused on keeping her happy, because he wanted to bring back the connection they once had. This is where love bombing can become emotionally powerful, because it creates a dynamic where one person is constantly trying to regain something that was given so freely in the beginning. Why love bombing happens? Love bombing doesn't always come from the same place. In some cases, it may come from insecurity, a desire for quick emotional connection, or a fear of losing someone. In other cases, it may be more intentional, used as a way to gain control, attention, or emotional influence in a relationship. But regardless of the reason, the pattern often leads to the same result: confusion, emotional dependency, and imbalance. The realization. One evening, Jason sat quietly, thinking about everything. The beginning, the intensity, the shift. And he asked himself something important. Was it ever real, or did it just feel real? Because sometimes, what feels like deep love is actually fast emotional attachment without stability. And for the first time, Jason understood something clearly. Real love grows steadily. It doesn't overwhelm. And it doesn't disappear as quickly as it appeared. Final thoughts. Love bombing can feel like a dream at first. But over time, it often reveals patterns that are difficult to sustain. Healthy relationships are built slowly, with consistency, with trust, with genuine understanding, not just intensity. Because real love is not about how quickly someone makes you feel special. It's about how consistently they treat you over time. Have you ever experienced a relationship that started off too perfect? What signs stood out to you? Share your thoughts in the comments. Your story might help someone else recognize a pattern they haven't fully understood yet. Subscribe to Relationship and Marriage 247 for more informative videos on relationship and marriage.